Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Steve Kassar of MPP Brian Saunderson's office. It's great to be back in this beautiful pocket of the riding. I think last time we were here was Canada Day, and that was a great way to start a memorable day. There is big news today, but before we get started with the details, I'd like to call upon Deputy Mayor Julius Laux to deliver the land acknowledgement. Sir.
Good afternoon. The Township of Adjala-Tosorontio is situated on the lands within Treaty 18, being the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples, including Ojibwe, Ottawa, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. The land is home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We acknowledge the Indigenous peoples as stewards of the land, and we honor their resilience as well as their culture and all our shared respect for the lands, plants, animals, and waterways which sustain us all. We recognize the injustices against Indigenous peoples and are mindful that the decisions of the government impact our shared land and all the inhabitants. We commit to reconciliation as a journey, foster Indigenous cultural awareness and educational opportunities, establish respectful and healthy relations with the Indigenous peoples, continue to steward the land and its inhabitants, and to cultivate an inclusive community for us all.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And now I'd like to call upon MPP Brian Saunderson to the podium.
Thanks and good morning, everyone. This is indeed an exciting time, and it's been a super busy week. I was actually talking with some of the councillors. One just arrived this morning, left Ottawa at 6 a.m. from our AMO conference, which was very busy. The mayor told me he drove home between 12, and I'm not going to say what time he arrived because the local constabulary might be after you on that one. And I got home last night. It was been a busy week and some exciting announcements. But this run really is fantastic. As I've said many times, this government is committed to partnering with our municipalities. We know we have a housing crisis. If we want to talk about sustainability, the housing issue is, in my mind, by far and away the biggest issue we have to address the sustainability of our communities, our province, and our people. And in talking about that, I've talked many times about well, first of all, today's a home game, which I always love. I'm at a home arena, and you have such a beautiful area down here. Driving down from Collywood this morning, going through the fields and the communities, it really reminds me what is so special about Simcoe Grey in this area. And I want to congratulate Council for all your hard work in representing your population and your people and making sure their voices are heard in the province. And this is a government that realizes that there's life north of Highway 89. We have 444 municipalities. And we have to make sure that each community is thriving. And now more than ever with what's going on south of the border, we realize how integral it is to make sure that all of our economic engines are thriving. And this area has a great diversity in their economy. From our original entrepreneurs, our farmers, which are still probably one of our largest GDP generators at about 50 billion. That right now is stronger than our automotive sector. And we are a net exporter of food. So this area and this region play a huge role in our local economy. And we're now focusing on making that part of a national economy. Given what's going on south of the border, this province has signed 10 MOUs with other provinces and territories to get free trade going. So I have to say that prior to this issue, with Mr. Trump's administration, I did not know Canada had a free trade agreement, and most didn't. But those free trade agreements had exemptions. Separating each province as we tried to protect some local industries. We've removed all those in Ontario, and we're seeing that happen across Canada. So we're going to move our goods, and we're going to move our manpower and our labor, and we're going to make sure that we're working together as a country, and we're going to unlock about $200 billion doing that. So this is in our interest to do that. So the announcement today is a very important part of that puzzle to make sure that we move forward together as a stronger, healthier communities, and making sure that our smaller communities have the opportunity to welcome new residents and provide much needed housing for our young and our elderly. as well, and making sure that we have all the continuum of housing, from apartments to small homes to larger single-family detached homes. So today it's my great pleasure to announce that through the Hughes funding, Housing Enabling Water Stream funding, the town of Adjala-Tosorontio is receiving $34,999,995 for their new wastewater system. And this is part of our efforts across the country, or Ontario, to enable new housing. And as we heard Minister Surma at AMO say, we've unlocked about 800,000 homes. But this locally will unlock 1,966 homes in the first phase, but also allow for a future expansion moving forward. And that's a critical piece when you look at the size of this community. That will almost double, I think, in the initial phase. So it's a very important movement forward. And I want to congratulate Adjala-Tosorontio, Mayor Anderson, and staff for the incredible work. The application, the cream rises to the top, and yours did. So it's a great compliment to your staff, and we look forward to working with you moving forward to make sure we get this done. But before I leave, it's just an odd number, you know, and it bothered me the entire way down. So, Mayor Anderson, come on up. We're going to get to 35 million. Put that on your council wall. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Kassar for the next introduction. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you so much, MPP Saunderson. And now, without further ado, Mayor Scott Anderson.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, MPP Saunderson and members of council, township staff, and honored guests. It is certainly a pleasure to be here this morning, and if I didn't have my remarks written down on this sheet of paper, I'd probably forget them, and that doesn't happen very often. So I do appreciate the opportunity here this morning. Today isn't just another date on the calendar. This is the culmination of years of hard work and partnership. And together, Township Council and our staff, our development community, and so many committed individuals, we have poured our time and our energy and our determination into creating the very best proposals for the future of our community. And today, the province of Ontario has said loud and clear, we believe in this project, we believe in Adjala-Tosorontio. Thank you to MPP Saunderson for your guidance and support, and for being here to recognize and announce this significant investment in our community. We are talking about the largest grant funding announcement in the history of our township, a remarkable $34,999,995 plus 5 through the Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program. And this is more than just a number, it's a powerful investment into our future. And make no mistake, this project is a double win for us. First, it ends a long-standing environmental challenge by decommissioning the aging New Horizons wastewater treatment plant, a facility that has reached the end of its operational life and poses an environmental risk we cannot ignore. And second, it paves the way for responsible, sustainable growth, constructing a new state-of-the-art wastewater facility, one that meets today's environmental standards, and allowing us to develop the community of Everett and build more homes for the families of today and tomorrow. I'm also especially grateful to say that because of the funding, this replacement project will no longer be a tax burden to our residents. Working closely with our provincial partners, our engineers, and our development community, we will build a wastewater treatment facility with cutting-edge processes, one that will meet or exceed provincial environmental standards, protect our wetlands and waterways, maximize efficient infrastructure, and provide sustainable capacity for both current needs and generations of growth ahead. And this isn't just infrastructure. This is our commitment to the environment, to public health, to housing, and to the resilient, thriving community we all call home. So today, on behalf of the Township of Adjala-Tosorontio, I want to say thank you. Thank you to the province for recognizing the importance of this work, to our staff for their expertise in perseverance perseverance to this project, and to our development partners for their collaboration, and to every single person who played a part in making this landmark moment possible. Their groundwork is laid, the vision is clear, and together we are shaping Adjala-Tosorontio into a place where opportunity grows, neighbors thrive, and all future generations will be proud to call home. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Anderson. As MPP Saunderson alluded to, this huge announcement is really a piece of a large puzzle. And we don't do this often, but we are today. I'd like to get Brian to come back up and maybe fill in the holes on what will be a generational project. MPP Saunderson.
Thanks, Steve. And this is brought to you by the County of Simcoe because Basil, the clerk, the warden, Basil Clark, could not be here. He's busy down at AMO. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to give a little background because being a former member of county council and a former mayor of one of the municipalities, 16-member municipalities, the motto of Simcoe County is for the greater good. And we all work both at the province and at the local municipalities. We wear a number of hats, and the county hat is an important one to wear. And the warden has a tri-pointed hat. I can't remember the name for it, but everyone on council will know that he comes in every day with his hat on and takes it off to get down to work. But the county is an important part of the governance system up here. They have a budget of about $750 million, and 60% of that is flow-through funding, mainly from the province and some from the federal government. And so projects that, like this one that we've announced today, but also growth targets, planning processes, permitting process, and large healthcare services are provided through the county. And so the warden, I know, would be very pleased about today's announcement. He's very appreciative of Mayor Anderson and Deputy Mayor Locke's hard work, and the council's hard work as one of the 16-member municipalities. So what is happening today is not in isolation. It is a very strong collaboration between municipal council, county council, and the provincial government, and we will continue to work forward. And the residents here, I hope, appreciate that level of involvement because it is not a simple process. And from the tax perspective, I would imagine that probably 60% of your tax roll goes to your local your municipality, Mayor Anderson, and 20% goes to the county and 20% to education. So for that 20% on the tax dollar that goes to the County of Simcoe, I know that all 16 municipalities are very well served by the activities of the county and the hard work of the county council members. So I thought I would just add that context today in the absence of Basil Clark. I don't know, he'll be unhappy with the way I phrased it, and he's also jealous of my hair, but you know, we can talk about that later. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Steve. Thanks.
And that concludes the formal part of today's announcement. I want to thank everybody for attending in person, and for those watching at home, have a good day.